Oh, you also, I found this nice Gabumon picture.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this still frame from the anime. Because boy, did they hold on this shot for a good second.
Oh, is it on the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna post it in Discord. Hold on.
No, it's just on the stream.
Okay, let me see. Start watching. Thank you.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the heck's going on. It just looks so off.
It's E.T. Gabumon.
Yeah. Oh, epic Home Alone. Or crap, like, what's like E.T. says? E.T. Phone Home.
E.T. Phone Home, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I was like E.T. Home Alone. Like, E.T.'s just setting up traps for, like, the burglars.
Yeah, he said Home Alone, and I'm like, he said Home Alone, and I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah. It's like E.T.'s just setting up, like, mouse traps to stop the military. You know what, screw it, that's gonna be the star of the podcast.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we went through episodes 7 to 9. So I guess let's just start with episode 7, which was like I really need to like keep more accurate notes, because I have no idea what the heck the context is. But it's just some part, it's like they're walking through like the wasteland or where the heck, or talking about like snow coming, and just like no context. I have just a quote from, I assume, Palamon that just says, "Not bad for a plant, huh?"
Huh.
And it's like, wait, what? Where? Wait, what even? Yeah, whatever, it's fine.
I should probably actually be watching the episode so I can maybe remind you, but...
Yeah, that'd probably be useful, honestly.
I'd be more inclined to do so if Crunchyroll hadn't taken the dub off of their website. But anyways...
yeah.
So yeah, episode 7, Kakumon's Harpoon Torpedo.
Yeah, so like...
Japanese title, Rory Kakumon.
That's kind of better. Yeah, so the groups just walks through the snow area, and they get to, like, the effing, like... I think they're meant to be, like, geysers, but, like, there's, like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's hot springs or whatever. Which was apparently, like, you know, just super changed in the English version because obvious reasons, I guess. Just localization, all that.
Just changing hot springs to geysers.
Yeah, no, stuff like that, because, like, in the Japanese, they're just straight up like, oh yeah, it's an onsen, and, like, in the English, there's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to take a bath or whatever, and it's like, alright, yeah, you know, localization. Yeah, game just, like, find this, like, you know, just group of geysers, I guess, and they're just like, oh boy, it sure would be great if we had something to eat, and just hard cut to, like, a random fridge full of eggs. Just out in the middle of nowhere. And everyone's just like, oh yeah, this seems like a good idea, just get into it.
It's fine.
It's just a random fridge full of eggs. Like, Joe's just sitting around just like, hey, maybe we shouldn't? And they're just like, it's fine, Joe. Yeah, so they like eat the eggs, and it's like totally just fine, and like nothing comes of it at all. It's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that was just a random just fridge full of eggs. It's okay, yeah, there's just eggs there. They're just alright.
Digital world, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's like they're not even like spoiled or anything. It's just, oh yeah, it's just a random fridge full of eggs, you know, it's fine. But yeah, it's like... it's a weird thing with this episode, because, like, throughout the entire thing, Joe's just sort of played up as, you know, this, like, you know, more, like, pragmatic, you know, like, skeptical guy, you know? Like, he's always just, like, you know, all about, like, we have to be careful, and we have to, you know, play this safe and stuff. And then, like, later on, that gets, like, flipped super hard, and it's like, wait, what?
I just realized this episode list has, I can see who directed what episode and who wrote what episode.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's neat.
Huh. Yeah, if you see anything interesting in that, be sure, like, mention it.
If I see a name I recognize, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but so the group...
I don't really follow writers and directors of Japanese stuff specifically, so I probably won't recognize anything specific.
Yeah, probably. It's not like there's just gonna be a random episode directed by, like, Yoko Taro or something, because that'd be nuts.
That'd be wild.
Just get to, it's like episode 12 and it's like, like written by Kojima, directed by Yoko Taro. It's like, wait, what?
We get to the weird episodes in Digimon Tamers and it's like, oh, Yoko Taro wrote those.
Yeah, it's just the episode where it's like, oh man, Tai has to like go through the microwave hallway to like save his like dying girlfriend or something. And it's like, okay, yeah, this is definitely something.
Oh god, do we actually... I didn't realize there are 54 episodes in Adventure 1.
Yeah, it's a bit of a series.
It's kind of long. Okay. Well, yeah, it's fine. I saw scrolling through, I saw a Junji, and I was like, oh my god, Junji Ito wrote an episode.
Oh, that'd be amazing. It's like, get to the Digimon episode where it's like, the Gatsumon are just like, coming out of these holes in the wall. And it's like that effing, like, the divider bar, the crap it was called, that, like, famous Junji Ito story.
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't actually know anything about Junji Ito. I'm not familiar with any of their works. I just know that they write horror stuff.
It's like Uzumaki, which is about spirals. And there's the one where it's like the people coming out of, like, no, it's like the people going into the holes in the walls. Because, like, there's a big wall where it's like there's a bunch of, like, humans, like, holes in it that each, like, matches up with a person. And each person's, like, drawn into their own hole. And you see, like, the other side of the wall, and they count these weird, twisted, disfigured monsters.
See, so, like, I guess that's supposed to be a horror thing, but, all I can think of is a meme image, like an out-of-context image, where it's a guy looking at a hole, and he's looking back at like, a group of people, and he's like, this hole was made for me, and he's got this, like, weird look on his face.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of laugh at that. I didn't know it was a Junji Ito thing.
Yeah, fun fact, they like reference that in Steven Universe for some reason.
Oh, the freaking how the gyms are created.
Yeah, they like come out of their like wall hole, and it's like perfectly fit to them.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay.
Steven Universe likes to reference anime and whatnot.
Yeah. Like, I had to have Gillen, but apparently it's like one of the corrupted gyms is like an Ava reference. And it's like,
There's an entire sequence where it's Steven walks into a room and all the crystal gems are clapping and it zooms in on them individually and they each go, congratulations.
Wait, is that an Ava thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now, because I think I heard people, like, talk about that.
Yeah, I saw the episode of Ava when it was running on, like, Toonami when I was a kid. I don't remember the context or anything. I only caught episodes here or there. But I know that there's a weird scene that I caught, and it's, like, the main character standing in this one spot, and, like, all of his quote-unquote friends... I know that his relationship with these people isn't exactly friendly sometimes or whatever. But yeah. It's all the people he knows standing around him and clapping, going, congratulations.
Yeah, like pandering him.
I guess. Or maybe it's a screwed up dream or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like, I just hearing that, I assume the context is something like, oh, he, like, really struggled out there and he knows he did bad, but they're, like, still cheering him on and he's, like, seeing through it or something.
No, I don't think it's... I have this feeling that it's not taking place in reality.
Huh.
like I said, I don't have it. I don't know the context. I
Yeah.
don't remember anything about it. I just don't think it's actually happening.
Welcome to the Ava cast, where two people who don't know Evangelion talk about Evangelion.
Yeah, boy, have I never really watched Evangelion.
I need to do like a thing for that. You know, I need to check out someday.
Like they did like the redub or the remaster or whatever.
Yeah, the like.
I've heard it's kind of bad.
The Netflix series. Original.
Yeah, I've heard that the redub is not as good as the original. So if I watched through the series, I'd probably watch through the original.
Yeah, I've heard very mixed things about it, because some people are like, oh yeah, this is fine and it sounds better, and other people are like, oh, this ruins this or whatever.
I've heard that they changed lines that like ruin the context or like whatever.
Yeah, the big thing I've heard is that like change something from like, oh, I love you to like, I like you or something. And people are just really frustrated about it because they're just like, oh no, don't take this from us.
That's what I was thinking, is they changed like the content, that like changing it from love to like changes the whole context of the scene or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, it screws up the whole thing. Also, the remaster, they don't have Fly Me to the Moon as the credits song.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that too.
How dare they?
That's actually probably fairly understandable. Because, like, that's like, you know, a copyrighted song, isn't it? Yeah, you probably lost the license to it.
I mean, I'd skip the credits anyways, so whatever.
Yeah. Like, if I was just watching it, like, with fresh eyes, then that wouldn't matter at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, like, the kids just eat their eggs. And Mimi's just Digimon. Like, oh yeah, I like eggs with maple syrup and cherries on top.
Oh my, who? Who says
Mimi.
that? God.
Yeah, I like
What'd
just...
she say in Japanese?
It was something like, oh, I want, like, effing... It was some kind of, like, rice or something, or some kind of, like, pudding or something like that. Like, something that was, like, weird, but, like, wasn't that weird.
Okay.
And it's just, like, I just wrote down, like, the heck is wrong with you, Mimi?
Yeah, they gotta ham it up with the dub. But, I mean, it's, you know, you get used to it.
Yeah, I don't want to get used to it, though. I want to write down, like, every weird, goofy, like, thing in the notes. So, like, at the end of the series, we just look back and be like, what's the weirdest effing thing they said?
I'm excited for the weirder things, like the Elvis impersonator Edamon, or the Christopher Walken Ice Devimon.
There was like someone in like the chat last night when I was playing Digimon World 2 that was just like quoted something from Edamon that's just like, oh, these kids are too tough to eat. We need something like that's easier to beat, like, you know, cardboard. And it's like, what?
I mean, I guess cardboard is easy to beat.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Tad and Matt just start fighting over like the mountain, and there's like, yo, Ty's like, oh, we had like see everything from there, and Matt's like, but like, what if we die?
So what if we die though?
Yeah.
It's Mount Infinity, by the way.
Yeah. Like, important detail there, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I don't know. I don't. Did they mention it's Mount Infinity?
Yeah, I think they do.
Huh. Wait, why would they know it's called Mount Infinity unless they just decided to name it that?
I don't know. I feel like. Actually, I don't think they mention. I think that's like maybe one of the Digimon mentions or something.
Okay. Oh well, yeah. I guess they would know, huh?
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, I think. Because I do remember someone saying, like, oh yeah, it's Mount Infinity or something.
And for anyone wondering why it matters, it's the first place I remember Mount Infinity from is from Digimon World, the game.
Yeah. I imagine there's probably a lot of references to, like, you know, the series in Digimon World 1. Just, like, scattered around, you know?
Yeah, File Island in general. Like, that's where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's, like, the snow area and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on File Island.
Yeah. But yeah, like, Tad and Matt just start, like, going at it. And Joe's just like, hang on, let's be cool and, like, bring it off, guys. And there's like, oh, hey, Joe, like, should we go up the mountain or not? And he's like, I know. Yeah. So, like, they all go to sleep, and, Joe's like, I want to, like, go up this mountain myself to, like, make sure it's safe. Because, like, I have to be the responsible one, like, protect everyone else.
Yeah, because Joe's the oldest, right?
Yeah, he's, like, the oldest and the most, like, danger savvy.
Yeah.
Well, this episode definitely, like, gives the impression that Joe's, like, the more, like, skeptical one of the group,
His crest is the crest of responsibility, I think.
Yeah.
I believe that's what it was.
Responsibility or reliability, I think. Because I think people are like, oh yeah, he's the most, like, responsible one stuff.
Yeah, it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
He's the level-headed one.
Yeah, he, like, goes up a mountain with his Gomamon, and, like, there's this, like, nice little back and forth where, like, he doesn't quite get along with his Digimon, but, they're, like, making it work.
Yeah.
He, like, makes a joke, and Goemon's just like, wait, was that a joke? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, their personalities are really, really contrasting.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot about this series, that it's like, like, the Digimon, like, they're still very close to their tamers, but they all kind of do have, like, bits of distinct personality traits to them,
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives them a bit more, like, work off of, I think.
Yeah, well, Tai and Agumon are very similar to each other.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to say Gabumon and Matt are also.
Yeah, Gabumon's a bit more, like, level-headed and, like, calm about things, I think.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Matt's very quick to get angry about things.
Yeah, Matt's, like, very emotion-driven, while Gabumon's more like, let's stop and think this over. Yeah. Yeah, so they, like, go up the mountain, and they see the mountain just open up and just spray black gears everywhere. And Joe's just like, okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's like, I think at this point, it's like, so like, why are you going further after seeing the black gears? Danger confirmed. Matt was right. Get out of there. Just straight up in the notes.
Well, do they, at this point, like, I know that they've dealt with the black gear thing yet, but are they aware that that's what the problem is yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're aware of it.
Okay, I couldn't remember if they had actually, like, seen the black gears fly out of their defeated enemies, and it's like, oh, that's the problem.
Yeah, they've seen it happen, like, 3 times by now, so I'd be surprised if they weren't like, oh yeah, the black gears. Actually, yeah, I think in this episode, because, like, Joe sees the black gear, like, stick into Unimon, and he's just like, okay, we need to blast that thing.
Oh, okay, so they're aware of it at this point. Alright.
Yeah. But yeah, so Unimon just shows up, and he's like, I don't know if I was just hearing things or what, but he sounds British.
I don't remember Unimon talking all that much.
I don't know. I asked from down why the heck is Unimon super British?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so, like, they try, like, Goemon tries to help him, like, take care of, like, well, no, like, alright, Goemon does, like, jack crap, because of course he does.
Goemon's not a really good fighter as a rookie.
Yeah, he has 0 fish in this area, he's kind of useless.
Despite his big old claws.
Yeah. Goemon's, like, what people think Aquaman is, and, like, effing Ikakumon's, like, or what's, like, the next one, like, Zudamar or whatever, is, like, what Aquaman actually is.
Ikakumon is his champion form.
Yeah, I was trying to think of, like, the ultimate form with, like, the big hammer that was, like, super strong.
Yeah, it's Zudomon.
Yeah. Man, like, effing, like... How familiar are you with, like, Aquaman?
Not very. I just know he's super lame.
He throws polar bears at poachers. Aquaman's the best.
I mean, you say that like that's a big deal, but any superhero with above average or like superhero level strength could also do that.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that he does it, you know?
Sure, but that's not a thing that specifically makes Aquaman like interesting or like whatever.
Oh man, like, I started reading, like, the effing, like, Rebirth comics or whatever from, like, the new reboot, and it was like, oh yeah, chapter 1. Like, terrorists are trying to, like, nuke, like, New York with a giant sea dragon, and Aquaman just punches them out. And it's like, yeah, way to go, effing Aquaman. You stopped those guys from nuking friggin' New York of all things.
Alright, but any other superhero who's not Aquaman could do the same thing.
You'd say the same thing about Batman, I guess. Like, yeah, of course, like, you know, like, Green Arrow could just do, like, anything Batman could do and probably do it better.
Yeah, but does Green Arrow have the money?
I think he actually does now that I think about it.
Is Green Arrow like a super millionaire or whatever?
I think he is. Because, like, I know at least in the, like, live-action show, he's like, you know, this millionaire who gets, like, abandoned on a desert island. And he, like, comes back and gets his fortune. And he's like, I'm gonna make effing boxing glove arrows now.
Okay. I don't know crap about comic books or whatever.
Oh, boy.
Like,
Yeah.
I know Spider-Man. And even then, I probably barely know Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, I'd imagine you're probably not, like, familiar with something like the Clone Saga or something.
I had no idea.
Yeah, where, like, effing, like, Spider-Man just had a bunch of clothes running around, and everyone's just like, this sucks, what are you even doing?
I believe that would happen. Sounds like a goofy Spider-Man story.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, so, like, effing, like, Bergermon just flies, like, Tai and Sora up there, and just starts, like, trying to fight off the Unimon. Joe just freaking jumps on its back and just grabs the gear by himself.
Yeah, it's weird that it's like, oh, Joe's the responsible one and the cautious one, and he jumps off of a mountain, and it's like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, do it, Joe! You got this, man!
You crazy son of a gun.
He tries to effing solo Unimon and just rip it out with his bare hands. And, like, Gomamon evolves and he's just like, don't worry, I got this.
1v1 me, bro.
Yeah, Gomamon just, like, takes Unimon and just wins. And they're just like, well, I guess we're on this mountain anyways now, so might as well look around.
Yeah. I want to say that as much as I like Gomamon's design, I think everything he digivolves into is lame.
Yeah, like, Vikimon's pretty cool, I'll say. I think,
guess.
like, just doing that Digimon, like, a lot of fur and stuff just add a lot to it. But, like, Ikakumon's weird dog face and, like, the weird space around his eyes and stuff is just kind of goofy, and it just, you know... Yeah, I don't really care much for Ikakumon.
He's a water Digimon, so they could have gone to way cooler places with him.
Yeah, and, like,
it's like
Zudomon's just, like, you know, he's just naked, and it's like, that's always weird.
Zudomon's just a turtle Viking, I think.
He's, like, naked, but he has, like, head fur, so it's just extra weird to look at.
I don't know. Is he really naked? He's basically an animal.
Yeah, true, but still. Just feels weird when you take an animal and you, like, stand them up on two legs and give them, like, abs, but, like, you know, just sort of conveniently don't have, you know, the other parts.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, it's just a bit of an odd thing, I think, where it's like, it's not quite a humanoid, it's not quite, you know, like an animal, it's just somewhere in between, it's just like, you know, at least give him, like, some fur or something, man.
Yeah. I just never really thought of it because I don't know. They're monsters.
Yeah.
It never really seemed weird to me.
And, like, Vikingmon just does a straight up, like, like, belt and, like, a big, like, Viking sash and stuff, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
And it's like, that solves the problem.
It's kind of weird when Digimon get clothes through their evolutions.
Yeah. But I mean, they also get, like, hammers and stuff.
Yeah, jumping ahead, it's like Terriermon turns into, oh god, what's even called? What's Terriermon's evolution called? I forgot.
Gargamon.
Yeah, Gargamon, that's it. And he gets a pair of blue jeans and like a gun belt.
Yeah, and he uses the guns on his arms.
Yeah, a bandolier. The guns on his arms are less weird than everything else.
Yeah, even though I think you actually see them like being put together or something as he evolves.
Yeah, which looks cool looks really cool if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Terriermon's line is great.
Yeah, I actually just like Gargamon in general. Gargamon's cool.
Yeah. Honestly, it's mostly Gargamon, because, like, effing Mega Gargamon's just, like, alright.
Terriermon's cool, Gargamon's cool, and then he turns into dog, rabbit, robot thing.
Rapidmon's a bit weird.
Rapidmon looks awful, I think.
Yeah, like, Ankylomar, where the heck it's called, is, like, way better, where it's, like, the, like, other, like, evil rabbit evolution, where it's, like, the ultimate form.
Ankylomon?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it actually looks like an evolution of the rookie form.
And, like, I think Ankylomon looks, like, way too cool to just be an ultimate.
Yeah. Did you know that Ankylomon can turn its arms into battle axes?
Oh yeah, I saw that in Next Order. That was effing weird.
Yeah.
Its signature move is just like attacks with axes, and it's like, wait, but how? And it just does it. And it's like, wait, but what?
Yeah, I saw it. It happens. It's Antilomon's signature move in Cyber Sleuth.
Huh.
Where its arms turn into battle axes, and like I think it heals it when it hits.
That's such a weird detail. Because, like, that kind of feels like the design's so good, they're just like, okay, what do we even do? And they chose this super weird option. And it's like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I like Antilomon.
Yeah.
What's Antilomon's Mega, though? I don't even remember.
It's, what's it called? It's like Cherubimon or something, like Dark Cherubimon.
Right. It can turn into good or bad Cherubimon.
Yeah, it turns into a big evil, like, god rabbit, and it's awesome.
Well, by default, I think Cherubimon is good.
Yeah.
Like the evil Cherubimon from, what is it, friggin' Frontier?
From the movie. Well, and Frontier, I guess.
Yeah, it's in Frontier. Like, it started as a good Cherubimon, and then it just got corrupted or whatever.
Alright, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
Anyways.
Yeah, so this episode was like, alright, I guess.
It's alright. It's alright for an episode where it's just like, here's the new evolution thing.
Yeah, like, it made me care about Joe, which is, pretty good, I think.
Yeah, and that concludes the Here's Everyone's Champion Forms arc, except for TK.
Yeah, except for the plot one.
Yeah, which we'll get to later.
So yeah, episode 8, like, Devimon just shows up, and he just starts, like, talking without his mouth moving. And it's just like, okay, yeah, that's definitely a dub thing. And I look back and it's like, okay, yeah, that's definitely a dub thing.
Oh, is it in the original? Does it just menacingly show him in the shadows or something?
Yeah, like, in the original, he's, like, very soft-spoken, surprisingly.
Huh.
Like, yeah, he's very, like, calm and, like, reserved. And he's, very, like, this, like, those, like, take on multiple, like, destined at once is a problem. I should, like, fix that or something. And he just, like, slinks off into the shadows.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, he's, like, way more, like, calm and sort of, like, calculating about him. Man, so like Devimon just mind controls Leomon. And like, he's just like, okay, let's like try and like take on the Digidestin now. Just meanwhile, like, we just cut to the group just doing their thing. And Mimi's just randomly like, spirit out, these gloves don't really go with this dress. And it's like, wait, what? They look fine to me.
Let me guess, dub?
Yeah.
Dub only, yeah.
Dub only.
It sounds like the writer just had like a thought, and it's like, these gloves don't really fit this outfit. And
yeah, there's like a few bullets where it's just like, oh yeah, it's like bordering on like a bridging almost. Where like, there's like, they'll make an observation, and there's like, oh yeah, we should like make a joke about this.
It'd be funny.
Yeah, let's like, hey, why are we always talking about food, guys?
Yeah, I mean, talking about food is just at the heart of Digimon in general.
I mean, that was actually like a line at some point. Matt's just like, hey, we talk about food a lot, don't we?
Yeah, was that a previous episode, or is that a...
Yeah, that was a previous episode. That was like the Digimon episode.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so like, effing Leomon and like... Yeah, first Leomon just shows up. And, like, I think Sorry, what?
I said, don't get attached to Leomon.
Oh boy.
Long.
But yeah, I think Tomon's just like, oh yeah, he's okay, Leomon's just a leader and a role model for all Digimon. And it just hard cuts to Leomon, and he just actually just says, I want the children. And it's like, oh jeez. And like Japanese, he's just like, I will kill the children or something.
That's way funnier.
Oh, man.
Kill them. Leomon's a paragon, an all-around good guy. I will kill the children.
I will murder these brats. Oh boy. So yeah, like they're surrounded by like Leomon and like Ogremon. So like all the like Digimon just sort of digivolve into their champion forms to like fight them off. So like each of them, like just 3-on-1 champion each basically. But yeah, like effing like they all use their signature attacks. Togemon just uses a needle spray like in the middle of the group. With like the kids just right behind him.
It's fine. Togemon aims the needles.
Yeah, but it's like, wait, don't that just spray in like all directions? Are you sure this is a good idea, man?
Yeah, like they recycle the animation so it looks like they spray all over the place, but I'm sure that the intent is that Togemon could focus them.
Man, it makes so much more sense if Togemon could just shoot like a punch blast out or something.
Yeah, it's really weird that Togemon gets the boxing gloves and then its special attack doesn't revolve around them.
It's like a boxing Digimon that doesn't use boxing for his best move.
Yeah, it can punch. Oh my god, it can punch. But it's not its signature move. It's weird.
It's a real good puncher though, because it punched the crap out of that ultimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like they just go out and they like, fight off the like champions, and Devimon's like, okay, yeah, like fighting like 6 Digimon in champion form at the same time is not great for me. And he's just like, yeah, I should just leave and like, figure this out in a sec.
Yeah, it's always been the weirdest thing to me. Isn't Devimon like champion level only?
Yeah.
That's so nuts. It's like the big bad first arc of the first arc is a champion.
Yeah, I kind of like that actually, because like it's like Devimon's about as strong as like Leomon or like anything else they fought basically, I'd imagine. But like he just sort of like becomes the big villain through like cunning and like through planning.
Well, considering what it takes to take down Devimon, I would say he's on par with an ultimate.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals where he's a champion with the strength of a higher tier.
Yeah, he's like up there, but he's just like, oh yeah, maybe I can't take on 6-on-1. Maybe this isn't great for me. But yeah, so like, Devimon just retreats his forces and, like, escapes. And they're just like, okay, well, you know, let's, like, just hope nothing else happens, because, boy, we just Digivolve twice in a day, and that's rough.
Yeah. Considering it's like we need to be well fed and had enough sleep and like all these other conditions that Digivolve.
Yeah, we need to actually like be well taken care of so we can perform as well as we can. You know, we can't just play hungry.
Yeah, Digimon are very high maintenance.
Oh man, like you remember hearing that story on like the epic like fighting game dude who was just like, yo. Like, his sponsors are just like, no, just you don't have time for breakfast, just play hungry, and he just, like, bombs super hard.
I don't remember. I don't think I've ever heard that.
I think the best friends talked about at some point where it's like the origins of just, like, no, just play hungry.
They probably did.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
Yeah, it's like... At some point before, it's like Tai drew a map, and they got destroyed in the fight as they like ran off. There's just like a goofy joke around how like, oh yeah, no one knows how Tai's map works, and he's just like, shut up, it makes sense to me, and it's like, all right, fair enough.
I guess if someone can read it.
Yeah. But yeah, so they lose the map after gaining the map. And they just go along and just find this random, like, mansion in the woods. And, you know, Ty's just like, oh yeah, I don't think this was on my map, but, you know, I'm not too sure, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was. Who knows?
But yeah, so this is, like, the episode after, like, Joe's thing. And they find the mansion. It's just this big, spooky, haunted house. And Joe's just like... Well, if it's a spooked out haunted house, then why'd there be a picture of angels on... blah, blah, blah. Why'd there be a picture of angels on the wall? Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, like, effing super reliable, just, like, you know, pessimistic. Like, effing, like, you know, realist Joe is just like, oh, this place can't be evil because, look, there's, like, an angel on the wall. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a lapse in judgment.
Yeah, not Joe's finest moment.
Yeah, spoilers, it's not fine.
It's so not fine. Like, there's, like, you know, a point later on where Devimon's just like, oh boy, they're so easily tricked, I just put an angel here, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't believe they actually fell for that.
These kids are stupid.
Like, the goofiest is that, like, carries over into the original version. Because in the original, there's like, oh, but there's, like, such a pretty angel, so it'll be fine. Yeah, it's all nice, right, guys?
It's so weird.
Surely, like, you know, no building with an angel portrait inside could ever be a bad thing.
No, of course not. Angels are a symbol of good, universally. Nothing has ever portrayed angels as anything but good.
Yeah, like, yeah, Sephiroth, I'm sure he's a fine young lad.
I wouldn't use Sephiroth as an example because it's like, oh, it's like the black and evil and
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's like a better example I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head, but whatever.
I'm thinking Bayonetta.
You know what, that's fair. That's super fair.
I mean, Digimon came before Bayonetta.
But yeah.
But there's still plenty of media that paints like good or light in general as bad. I'm playing a Final Fantasy expansion where that's explicitly the case.
I'm pretty sure that's like the plot line of the entire end of like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Where it's just this bad guy wants to make everything light and we have to stop him through a card game.
Yeah, I think I watched. I think I was watching Pat stream Shadowbringers, and I think he read off a thing in chat where he's like, "Oh, Shadowbringers doing this stuff, but it's not even the first thing to do it. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX did it when I was like however years old."
Oh, that's great. Yeah, Shadowbringers ripping off that those Yu-Gi-Oh! GX plot lines.
light being bad is hardly an original concept, though. Even if it is like even if I can't think of an example before Digimon or whatever, or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like, just have a fine time at the mansion. There's like, oh hey, look at all this like food and stuff, and effing like out of nowhere, TK's just like, oh, peanut butter and pickles. This is the best pizza ever.
Ugh,
it's
awful.
Like, what? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, TK?
That's just awful.
Why would you even?
It's a poor attempt at comedy, is what it is. It's
a
like
sin, is what it is.
Yeah, well, it's like this egg would go great with maple syrup and freaking cherries or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's just stupid jokes.
If you like peanut butter on your pizza, oh boy, you are such a monster.
I mean, it's just disgusting. Like,
oh man. Yeah, I think at some point, I think it's like in the sub actually, like, something like Joe's just randomly like, oh, this food's like sinfully good or something. And it's like, oh, I see what you did there.
Sinfully good, he says.
Oh boy. But yeah, then they like have their little like, they have like their like bathhouse or whatever the heck, where like, it's like a weird one in the sub where there's like, oh yeah, Joe's like way too modest. And like Matt and Ty give him crap about it.
Yeah, it's a very well, I was gonna say it's a very Japanese thing, but it maybe not.
Yeah, I guess that would translate, but they just cut it out because of course they did in localization.
Yeah.
But yeah, like meanwhile, like like the girls are on like the other side, and Goemon's just like there with them. And they just, like, throw him over the wall, just like, no, get back on the boys' side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess Gomamon confirmed, male confirmed.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, Digimon are, like, for the sake of making things easier, they're referred to as genders, but they're technically genderless because they're data.
Yeah. Yeah, so like...
But yeah, Gomamon is, for all intents and purposes, male.
This is the point where it's like, they just go to sleep, and like, Agumon just has to take a crap in the middle of the night. And he just goes into the bathroom, and he's like, oh hey, why isn't anything coming out? And like, way before you actually like get the reveal, you just see like, in the next stall over, you just see Ogremon's just shoulder. And I'm like, I have no idea why they like, like Ogremon's just chilling out in the bathroom like this. But apparently it's like Akumon's farting just makes him like super just like, disgusted. And he just jumps out and attacks anyways.
Amazing.
And it's just like, oh boy, Ogremon, you sure did plan this to a T, didn't you, man?
Really killing it here.
Yeah, so they like, get the big reveal and like everyone wakes up and it's like, oh yeah, they'll like, wait, right, before everyone wakes up, there's this weird scene where like, Devimon specifically like comes out of the angel portrait and he's just like, oh hey, how easily fooled they were. And as he comes out, like the portrait becomes black. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a cool touch.
It's a surprise, it was evil.
Yeah, the whole mansion was evil all along. And, like, the food was all fake.
Yeah, well, it's less that the mansion was evil and more so that it never existed in the first place.
Yeah, it's just this destroyed, bombed out, like, shell of a building. And he just makes all the illusions, like, go away. And, everyone's just, like, all their, like, sheets and stuff disappear and they're just like, oh, what the heck? Devimon's just like, oh hey, that food wasn't real. You've been, like, starving all this time. So I guess the idea is that, like, it filled them up, but, like, they didn't actually get any energy out of it.
It was like a placebo effect deal.
Yeah,
They thought
yeah.
they were eating, so it's like, yeah, I must have eaten.
Yeah, I ate like 8 pizzas, I must be full now.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, Agumon's just too weak to Digivolve, and he's just like, oh crap, we're screwed. And he's like, making the beds fly around and stuff, Devimon is, and Devimon's just like, yeah, I'll just kill you all one at a time, this is fine for me. And he's just like, yeah, I've got like 3 champions against 1 Agumon, I actually can't lose. And like, Tai's Digivice activates, and it like shines a lot on Leomon, who like wakes up from his brainwashing. And like, Devimon's just suddenly like, oh crap, now it's like 1-on-2, I might actually lose. But yeah, like, Leomon buys enough time for, like, yeah, he forces Tai and Agumon to escape. He, like, lets them get away, basically.
Yeah.
And he, like, attacks and, like, forces Devimon to, like, just loosen his, like, concentration. So all the beds just go flying in different directions. Yeah, and Devimon's just like, alright, well, whatever, I'll just, like, kill them all one by one and that'll be much easier.
Yeah, I'll just find them later.
Yeah. Just, like, it's a pretty good plan up until they defeat, like, one guy that he has under his control. And then it stops being a good plan completely.
Yeah. It was a good plan because, like, the idea of, okay, Digimon need to eat to Digivolve. They need energy, or it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
And
I'm
so,
just gonna, like, send my goons after them while they're starving and just take care of them one at a time.
Yeah.
And, like, immediately people start finding food and Devimon's like, wait, no, please don't.
By all accounts, it should have worked.
Yeah. If Tai's Digivice didn't, like, Deus Ex Machina them out there, like, Leomon would have just murdered them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, like, also we get a bit about, like, Devimon controls the black gears and he, like, embed them in all the islands and stuff to make them, like, float out and stuff. Or
Yeah.
no, it's all on, like, the one island. They just split it apart, right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, all the islands were, like, one originally.
Yeah. So yeah, like, Agumon, like, that ends episode 8. And yeah, that was a pretty good plan on Devimon's part, honestly. So yeah, like, I don't know, any thoughts so far, whatever?
Not really.
Alright, so episode 9, so... Like, Tai and Agumon just end up in, like, effing Friesland, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, they end up in, like, the ice zone. And there's like, oh hey, look, mailboxes. And Digimon just attacks, and there's like, well, crap, this sucks.
Yeah. Also, Tai is, like, in his underwear.
Yeah.
They get sent, like, all the children got thrown out into, like, whatever they were sleeping in.
Yeah, which were robes with, like, underwear underneath, but, like, then the robes disappeared.
Yeah.
Because they're fake robes.
Yeah, so Tai ends up in this new area without anything to keep him warm.
Yeah, and like Agumon has to like thaw out his pants. And it's just like, yeah, alright. And it's like, yeah, I guess this is why the kids aren't just running around naked now. You know what, fair enough.
Yeah. So, good job, Devimon. You also, part of your plan may be unintentional, but you almost could have killed Tai by hypothermia.
Yeah, that would have been, like, very effective if, like, Tai's just, like, out there freezing to death. And he's just like, yeah, the Archids will probably die like this, too. That's fine.
Agumon, I need you to use your fire to heat me up. And he's like, I can't, I'm starving.
No, Agumon actually can use his fire for some reason, even though he's like, like a day without food.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it'd be hilarious if it was just like, oh hey Agumon, I need you to start a fire, and Agumon just looks around at like the barren snowfield days, like, with what?
Yeah.
He's like, there's not exactly much we can do here, man.
I need something to catch on fire to create I can't just breathe fire constantly.
Yeah, we're not that strong yet.
That would definitely exhaust Agumon really quickly.
Yeah, so like Frigimon attacks and like he knocks Agumon flying or something. And the dub Agumon's just randomly like, oh no, my belly's freezing, because he just slides across the snow. Yeah, so Frigimon can like punch ice at people, basically.
Yeah, Sub-Zero Ice Punch.
Yeah. But like, Time Mage just like work around this because he's like, oh yeah, the black gear's just on his back, so if I like kick Agumon just over this Frigimon, he can shoot the gear. And it like works.
Yeah, he kicks him like a soccer ball.
Yeah, I think this is like the first time Ty's just straight up like, oh yeah, I'm a sports star, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Agumon manages to take out Champion by himself, basically, by taking out the black gear. And Frigimon's just like, oh yeah, thanks for that, I'm gonna help you guys out now, because I'm awesome. See, like, if you notice, like, Frigimon doesn't have a mouth, so boy, they snuck a lot of dub lines in there.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they had a field day with that.
Yeah, Frigimon's making this big, like, ice bridge to the R Island for him to, like, get across. And he's just randomly like, hey, did I tell you about the party I went to that the Numamon crashed? Now that was a party nobody will forget. And it's like, oh, alright.
I was gonna ask how many ice puns he makes, because I don't remember, but...
No, it's more just, like, bad stand-up comedy, really.
Oh, man. Oh, that's awful.
But yeah, like, Frigimon, like, makes the ice bridge, and they're just like, oh, it's so hard walking, and he just puts them on his shoulder, and he's like, oh yeah, is this better? And they're just like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Just, like, probably the start of, like, Frigimon just being the best, honestly. So yeah, it's around that point, they're like, we see what Matt's doing. And, like, Matt caught a massive cold, because he just was running around in the snow searching for TK all day in, like, a blizzard.
Understandable.
So, yeah. Effing, like, he gets sick, and, like, the dub music is just going, like, all out, and, like, it's just like, no, just please stop. Just let just be a moment, guys. Just, come on, please, don't even.
What's it doing? Is it playing, like, Hey Digimon or some crap?
Like, no, the music just refused to stop, and I just, like, wrote, geez, dub music, please just stop for a second and let the scene play out.
Well, what's it playing? Is it at least, like, appropriate for the situation, or...?
It's, like, overly, like, dramatic and stuff, and it's like, oh, man, just let this, like, you don't have to, man. You don't, like, leave blank spaces in the audio. It's fine.
Sure, but at least it sounds like it wasn't completely unfitting.
Yeah. And I went to, like, the Japanese version. It's just like, oh, yeah, this scene plays out without music, and it's, like, way better for it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because this lets the actual, like, atmosphere soak in and stuff.
Yeah. The music isn't telling you how to feel about the scene.
Yeah. That's, like, one of the weird things with, like, specifically with, like, their, like, One Piece dub, was that, like, the music was just non-stop, except there it was, like, way wackier and more noticeable. So it was just, like, became way more annoying. But yeah, so, like, Devimon takes off his fur to, like, warm Matt up. And, like, there's just a Sorry, what?
And you never get to see it.
Yeah, you just get, like, his shadow, and the dub randomly says, naked Digimon.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like, in the dub, Gabumon just takes off his fur, and he's just randomly like, naked Digimon.
Oh, does he say that?
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
What a freaking weirdo. Yeah, he, like, warms map, and you never get to see it. And he, like, puts his fur back on and has a giant cold. And, Matt's just like, aw, thanks, man, that's awesome. Oh, we have some cons coming in. Digimon, you can't catch a cold Yare R1. So rare for me to notice music and many things. Alright, awesome.
Oh, did we actually get...
Yeah. I actually,
No.
yeah.
I don't know why I opened the stream. I wouldn't be able to see the comments that were already posted.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Roderick. I actually didn't notice you were in the chat right now. Yeah, so we, cut back to Frigimon getting them to the island. And he's just like, yeah, this one Nuamon was following my sister, but I showed him. And it's like, what? So apparently it's like a Nuamon was harassing Frigimon's sister, and he beat the crap out of him, apparently.
Either that or Frigimon is racist towards Numamon.
He probably is. That might be the character.
I mean, Numamons are pretty awful.
Oh, man.
If we're being completely honest, Numamon's kind of awful.
He's the most hated Digimon in the world.
Except
the most evil Digimon. Oh god, the episode Rage that made it be a Digimon favorite for life. I had to be here. Oh, awesome.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, they find Matt eventually. And Agumon just points out, he's like, oh yeah, there he is. And cheese Agumon pointing looks super weird. Because he only has 3 fingers.
Yeah, anything pointing without actual fingers or hands and fingers would look kind of odd.
Yeah. So yeah, there's hey, Frigimon, did you see your beds? And Frigimon's just randomly when it rains beds, I usually notice.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. Jeez, they just went all out with Frigimon this episode. Yeah, so Matt just, comes out of the cave and finds Tai and stuff. And he's just oh hey, we have to save and Devimon's first appearing made me really know what's so different from Pokemon. Head better store. Oh, awesome. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, Matt just sort of shows up and he's oh yeah, we have to find TK guys. And Ty's well, maybe we should prepare a bit. And Matt's no, we have to go now. So yeah, Matt and Ty just start just fist fighting just straight up. And they start going effing MMA on each other.
I wouldn't say they go full. I mean, I didn't actually watch the episode to refresh my memory, but
yeah, they start rolling around MMA. And punching each other on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the point is they have a straight up fight. Yeah,
where Matt's just super unreasonable out of nowhere.
Now, does the dub censor it? Do we see Fitz landing?
I think
landing.
Yeah, the dub censors it a bit, but you still definitely do see them fist fight. You just don't see the actual impact. I think
in the sub, do you?
Yeah, in the sub it's kind of cartoony because there's a bit of a hit effect, and it's all right, yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah. Still, I remember the dub showing enough of it that it's oh yeah, they're straight up fist fighting.
Yeah, this is the one instance where I think the Japanese version makes a little more sense of why the fight breaks out. Yeah, because in the Japanese version, Tai specifically we need to survey the area and get supplies first or something. And he's yeah, we need to figure out how we're actually gonna do this. And Matt's just no, screw it, let's just roll around the island without a plan. Because I need to save TK now.
Because Matt's desperate.
Yeah. Yeah, so the fight breaks out, and they fall down a cliff. And right, yeah, I forgot, there's something I wrote down here where it's Matt tries to run off, and it shows the same shot 3 times sped up more each time. And that's totally in both versions for some reason. And it looks so bad. Where it's Matt's running, and he's just running faster, and he's running at light speed, right in a row with each other.
I feel I remember that.
Oh man, it's so awkward out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of reused animations and stuff like that throughout the series. I'm not too surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, they run to like Mojimon, I think he is. Yeah, Mojimon.
Yeah, Mojimon.
Yeah, and here's like they manage to like eat some stuff first because like Frigimon helps them and like gives them like food and cold medicine because Frigimon's the effing best.
Yeah.
And like they try to fight the Mojimon and like he's a bit much for like Greymon like Garurumon. But like Frigimon just like gets him from like behind him like a full Nelson. And it's like, oh heck yeah, Frigimon. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's just cheap animation using frames with a low budget. But yeah, like, effing Frigimon puts work in, dude.
Yeah, well, most Digimon that get possessed by the Black Gears turn out to be, totally good guys.
But yeah, like, he punches their entire way, like, across the ocean, and, like, carries them the entire way there. And he goes and, like, finds food, he, like, helps them, like, helps raise their spirits with his Numamon stories. And he goes out and he, like, helps them in the fight, like, gives them everything they need, Frigimon's the best. Like, without Frigimon, they'd be so screwed in, like, 10 different ways right now.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Oh, man. But yeah, they, like, beat the Mojimon. Like, Garurumon catches his bone in his mouth and just breaks it. And it's like, alright, yeah, that's pretty good.
Hold on.
But yeah, like, they destroy the Black Gears, right. And, like, the island just starts, like, moving back to the, like, back to the mainland.
I had to look up Mojimon because I couldn't actually remember who Mojimon was.
Yeah, Mojimon's a proper weirdo.
Yeah, he's like a Yeti or something.
Yeah, and he, like, throws, like, bone boomerangs at people because Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Something I should point out is, like, 2 episodes, like, Devimon specifically is like, oh yeah, I'll take over, like, Foul Island, and then I'll conquer the land beyond the sea. So yeah, that's an interesting thing, because, like, there's a bit where, like, the kids speculate, like, does the land beyond the sea mean, like, home? Is there, like, more to Digimon World? What's going on?
Oh, I don't even remember if that ever comes up again.
Yeah.
It might.
That's weird. But yeah, interesting. So yeah, like, what are your thoughts on, like, the, like, Devimon arc so far, I guess?
I mean, it's okay. If I remember correctly, it ends really quickly.
Yeah, because I think they, like... You expect them to go through, like, every single cast member, but I think they, like, get a bunch in, like, a row or something.
Let me see.
Like, I'm fairly sure it's, like, over by the next 3 episodes.
Yeah, hold on, I'm looking.
Alright. Because, yeah, I think there's, like... They deal with Ogremon, and then I think after that they just beat, like, Devimon, and then start the next big thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing it immediately in the song titles, the episode
in the
titles.
Song titles.
Oh wait, okay. Okay, it looks like episode 13 is when it gets resolved. So it's
yeah, it's like the secret, like, lyrics of Braveheart, like, oh yeah, like, I'll fight with you, stuff like that, we'll save this world. Devimon is, like, defeated episode 13, and that is how we know.
Yeah, the Devimon arc is 5 episodes long.
Yeah.
But it's good for, like, here's the early series villain for the kids to fight.
Yeah, it's good to show that, like, this show's gonna be, like, more than just, like, Monster of the Week stuff, basically.
Yeah.
There's a bit more going on here, a bit more to, like, two things and stuff. And also, yeah, Devimon does leave one heck of an impression.
Even if he is just champion level.
Yeah. He just shows up, he's not the most powerful villain, but, he's got the strats danging, and he's gonna use them.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very tricky. It has a lot of black gears to help him out. That may or may not actually be his creation, I'm really not sure.
I don't remember. Maybe they might not even go into it.
Yeah.
Like, are black gears a thing past Devimon?
I don't think so, but I actually don't know if, like, the black gears are, like, something he, like, made or just something he got control over.
Right. Okay, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Or not.
Or not.
And I have a very sneaking suspicion that this, like, series is just gonna glance over the whole black gears thing once Devimon's gone. And then we'll never hear bad again.
Never ever.
Oh man, it'd be fun if it was like just to like outside my knowledge or something. It's like, oh yeah, season like 6 or more, they bring the black gears back, and there's like, oh hey, who are like masters of the black gears can exert their influence. And it's like, okay, I guess that's what Devimon did.
Well, the black gears basically come back in Adventure 2.
Do they?
I think. They're not black gears, but I think they're black rings or whatever. But they do the same thing.
I know it's like the black towers. I don't remember the black rings, but like they probably do come back.
I'm pretty sure my memory might be foggy.
Like maybe, I think there's something where like Godemon loses her tail ring or something, and that's a big thing.
No, dark rings are a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because like he catches Agumon with it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Man, I remember nothing about season 2. Like that was the point I kind of like, fell out of the series though, so that makes total sense actually.
Yeah. Well, season 2's kind of weak.
Yeah. Well, I remember Golemon at least. Or, like, no, Rockmon was what it was. Alright, so yeah, like, any last thoughts, I guess?
Not really. I can't say I really have much more to say.
Yeah, like, Devimon came, he did his thing, he went, and that was just sort of the end of it.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Jeez, this image!
Oh, the one I posted?
Yeah, that's like glanced on here. It's like Agumon just face down in the dirt with like the ring around him. It's like, oh, jeez, man.
Yeah, this is before they rescue him or whatever.
Yeah. Man, like, at least it looks better than this Gabumon here, at least. Like, Gabumon post-cold, just like, with this weird deformed head.
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
It's fine. So yeah, next time, I guess.
Yeah. If you wanna catch up on whatever you might not have been here for, I believe Death has his link to his YouTube below.
Yeah, that's in the description below the video.
Okay, so
yeah, the first 2 Anispective Cast episodes, and like all of Digimon Worlds 2 and 3. Well, most of them. I think I missed like 1 stream or something, but it's fine. It's, you didn't miss anything. And like all of Danganronpa V3, which I play with Lucky over here.
Yep.
Well, actually, I think we did miss a stream there too. Right, yeah, because we lost that 1 stream because we were starting out and we were super new at things.
Yeah, we lost the first episode of that.
Wait, no, we lost the 2nd episode of that.
What's the 2nd?
Yeah, it was the 2nd Danganronpa stream, because the first one we used your account, so it was fine.
Oh, right, and you didn't have, like, you didn't have it set to record on your channel or something?
Yeah, I didn't have it set to, like, save video or whatever, so it was just like, oh, hey, where is it? Oh, no! Oh, this is awful.
It is the beginning of the series. Didn't miss much. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
All we missed is some very big predictions.
Yeah, that's the most unfortunate part of it.
Yeah. We missed me somehow, like, guessing someone's ultimate talent just right off the bat. So yeah, I guess until next time.
Yeah.
Alright, later.
Later.